Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Look who I got with me today. I got Wisdom Seeker Joan. So happy to have you. You always look beautiful in blue, Joan, honestly.
Thank you very much.
And we got Kiguru Terry Suzuki, and I love your new hair. I think the
Oh, thank
color
you.
really is good for you. So, welcome, everybody. It is Friday the 13th Eve. I actually like Friday the 13th. They've always been good to me. So I'm going to just send out lots and lots of love and hope that everybody else is doing better. There's a few things we want to talk about today, and you can certainly put your questions in. We'd really like to limit it um, to questions right now. You could, your relatives, your ancestors, your spirit guides, angel reading, whatever you'd like that way, and limit it to just the here and now if possible, because all timelines really lead back to here and now. And we want you to realize, I think all of us can collectively say that at this particular point in our world, the timelines, we don't know where they're going to go. We've got a lot of things going on that are dependent upon who makes a decision to do what. So Terry had a wonderful message last week, and she's had it before. So I'm going to let her bring that up today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot going on in our world right now. A lot of heartache, things going on, but I just keep getting this message. I was with Wisdom Seeker Joan in another thing, and the message came across. Uh, we need to send out our love and light to the world right now, to everybody around us.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just needed. It's really needed. And I thought, oh, I didn't think too much of it. And then Wisdom Seeker Joe reminded me of it. And then the other day I was looking through my notebooks. Like I take a million notes on what we're doing. Yeah, so I have a gazillion little notebooks. And I was looking for something. And I just kept going across it. I'm like, oh, when did you say that? And it's all send out the light and love, send out the light and love, send out the light and love.
Right.
So
never a bad idea. Always a good idea. Always something we should do every day, actually. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And look, I've got on a shirt today that has a big heart on it. See? And look at all the pieces of the heart. That's what I love about it. It's like collectively, all our hearts are put together and sending out the collective love where it's needed to be.
Yeah.
So.
And I was saying that I had been listening to the guy, Daryl, what's his name, who channels Bashir, and he was saying that number of like 144,000 people can really make the difference if you focus on positivity, and kind of explain that positive vibes and love are connective, and negativity is just on its own. So it doesn't take, when you compare all the billions of people on Earth, 144,000 isn't that much, and we can really make a difference because we're connecting and amplifying each other's vibes when we do this. So it's not just happy talk; it's for real.
It's for real. Yeah, every little bit of light that we can shine, no matter how small we think it is not small because it multiplies over and over and over. And I want to send lots of love and light still to Ukraine and that whole situation. I'd love to send the same thing to Israelis in Israel and the Americans that are in Israel. And also the Palestinians that don't have anything to do with Hamas, because there are some people over there that don't agree with Hamas, and they are also sort of being killed and so on. So I also want to thank, and I'm not trying to be political, but I have to say that I am so happy that Joe Biden is the president of the United States right now. Can I just say it that way? Because he's has a good, strong commitment, and he's calming. To me, he's calming. Reminds me of when we were young kids, and Dwight Eisenhower, I remember, used to come on TV, and I used to think he was very calming as a little girl. So anyway, so thank you, ladies. Thank you so much. And thank you, Fatima. I agree with you. We do need lots of love and light and prayer, and sending it out like little points of light. So So hello, Karen Doyle and Warrior Girl. Viviani's here. Dusty Rose, it's good to see you. Fatima and let's see who else is here. Craig Dixon. Hi, Craig. Mousy Girl. Jill Sinanan. It's nice to see you, honey. A light worker. Hello, dear. Debbie No. And Sue Toffee. Nice to see you too. T-Barb. Starfish Jenny. Guardian. Carolyn Booker and Peter. T-Barb. I think I said Annie Hamlet. All right. Craig, I got your question. All right. And Tiffany. And anybody else that I may have missed. Viviani, I don't know if I said your name, but thank you for being here. Thanks, everybody, for being here with us today. So, yeah. Oh, I love this idea. What about creating small balls of light and sending them into the atmosphere to go where they are needed? That's a beautiful idea. Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Uh-huh. Hello, Lalima. Nice to see you here, too. Thanks for being here. Well, okay, everybody. I'm going to start off with Mousy Girl. She's one of my subscribers. I'm sorry, one of my members, and so she gets to go first. She says, I'm looking at Reiki healing here in the Olympia area. Is she the right healer for you? All right, let's see what we can find out.
When I tuned in, well, first I asked through the pendulum, is the woman or the healer whom you're considering the right one for you at this time? And it circled for quite a while and then went yes. So, and the thought was coming to me that the fact that you're asking that question means you might have a little bit of doubt. So and then they were showing me footprints that this might be a step in the process. You might need to go, it did say yes, but it might be that this is a step in the process where you go, you have this experience, you kind of sift out, what do I like, what do I don't. It might be the first person on a path. But because it did end up with a pretty strong yes, I'd say that it is go ahead and go consult with this person, but keep in mind that it might not be the perfect match. It might not be the be all and end all. It might be the first step in a journey.
There you go. I love that, Joe.
I got the exact same.
Did you really?
First, yeah. I kind of tuned in. I got kind of a pain above my eye that kind of made me want to get pushed over a little. And I'm like, what is this all about? And they're saying she might not be the right one, but she's the first one. Maybe go try her out, see how you do. And then maybe you're going to, because I felt the same way, that maybe you're going to go to another one as well. That she's like the first step.
The first of many, maybe. Yeah. I intuited at first when I read this question that you were going to go and learn how to do Reiki from this person. So I don't think that's your purpose now that I reread it. It looks like you're looking for Reiki. But I would not rule it out, because you really can. Even if you do Reiki 1, you can help yourself in a lot of ways. So it may not be this person, though. Maybe she'll, or he will put you with someone else. But I get, speak your truth, be yourself, share your heart. And so you are the one that will decide. And this little bird is so sweet. It's sitting on a branch, and it says, branch out. And you will tell her how you feel, or him, and say what you want and how you want it. And you'll be able to decide whether this is the one or that you want to move on to somebody else. Yeah.
It's interesting that you said speak your truth, because my throat chakra lit up and I thought, what's that about? This might be, in addition to whatever healing, it might be a lesson in discernment for you to kind of feel for yourself, is this the right one for me, or do I want to try something else?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's all part of your spiritual path. Everything that we've said, really. I love it. Enjoy it, Mousy Girl, and certainly pick the one that you feel the most comfortable with. So, but you're starting your journey. So how beautiful. How lovely. All right. So, a light worker, does my guide have a message for me, please? Thank you.
Wow, I got a really interesting scene in my head or on the stage, wherever you want to say it. But um, I suddenly saw this big puff of blue, like a little blue cloud, and it's kind of rising up, and they are so. I did not know this until about a month ago, that in addition to our angels guides, we have beings of light that guide us. And it's kind of like a graduation, like like it's kind of like the next step up of being led. And so what they're saying to me is you have a being of light that's going to be coming in pretty soon to help lead you. And it's this just lovely light blue color. I don't know that the color makes any difference, but it just I had already been working with them, but I didn't even know that they were possible. But they're saying that, yeah, you are kind of leveling up here with a new being of light.
How cool for a light worker. And when I was tuning into you, at first I thought, oh, am I just taking off on your name? Because I think I was well, anyhow, I saw you on a stage as just this little figure. I'm way up high, and all the spotlights are trying to find you. You're still kind of lit up by the footlights and everything, but it's like they can't find you. They can't focus on you. So there's these bright lights. It's like there's something that needs to happen to really step into um, the spotlight. So I drew some cards, and I got the Osprey from the Feathers deck, who says, your success is at hand. Allow abundance to flow to you effortlessly. So it was it felt like sort of like a magnet when you have the opposite poles or the same poles together and they're repelling each other. It felt like that. So it's a exercise in allowing and expecting abundance. And then the Archangel deck got the Archangel of Virtue, who says, open your heart. So I think open your heart, that's always good to send it to others, but to send it to yourself and allow yourself to expect to be in the spotlight and to step out and find your good, because it's just close and it wants to find you.
Wonderful. All right. So I have a beautiful card. I just got these cards today. This one says, respect your physical body, detox, rejuvenate, and relax. And look at this, a little shack in the woods. I love it. It's like get away, self-care, so important. Go inside and feel the beauty. There you go, my dear. Welcome to all of those who have come in. The questions right now are closed, please. And I do have everybody listed. I have, let me see. I've got about 10 people right now that have put up something. I'm going to pull, Ness is one of my members. If you are a member of my channel, you get to go to the top of the line. That's just the way it goes. So we will get to all of the rest of you though. She would love a rapid card pull. And we kind of are looking at and telling everybody today that we're pulling cards, we're doing readings for today's energy. And the reason is, we just explained that the timelines are all converging. And of course, you have free will, and things can change very rapidly. And the way the world is going right now, we're seeing that in real time play out. So just so everybody knows, we're doing present, now, and now readings. Thank you. All right,
well, the particular deck I'm using is very good at kind of like saying, pay attention to this for the next week. Pay attention to this idea. So, yeah, I'll do that.
All right. Cool.
Can I jump in real quick?
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm in. When I tuned in, I saw this triangle, black background, white triangle between me and you and spirit. So it looks like, almost like a coat hanger without the hook. And then, whoosh, something went through the opening. It was like the ephemeral kind of spiritual stuff just went through the opening and went swooping right into it. So there is this. You're open to spiritual experience, I think, and just kind of expect that something's going to swoosh in and be helpful to you. And I did draw a card, and I got the Archangel Jeremiah, who said, "Pay attention to signs, symbols, and synchronicities." So it's something's going to swoop in and be uplifting, but pay attention, and the more you recognize them, the more you'll get. I hope you can make sense of that.
Yeah. Well, I pulled a card as well, and it's from the Priestesses of Light deck, which I always find this is a really deep deck. And I didn't necessarily tap into your spirit. I just kind of put my heart with yours and pull the card. It's so funny. So they gave you this card.
Hidden knowledge.
Yeah, hidden knowledge, Akashic records, silent understanding. Right now, for me, my energy, a lot of Akashic record things going on. So maybe if you know how to read your own, or if you want to learn how to read your own, maybe that's a good undertaking. There's lots of YouTube videos that can help you actually learn how to read your own, and it can be very helpful.
That's awesome. So I got a similar thing. It says that you are going to have an upskill come in. And that's the word, upskill, work, career, and a crossroads. So look at this. It's almost as though you're working with a group that's bringing a new skill to you that you're going to excel at, and you're going to be working with it as we go along. And boy, do we need everybody to actually upskill all their stuff. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, look, and she says,
Heaven Vibrations pulled Hidden Path for her too. Wow. That's really awesome. Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good. Thanks, Ness. All right. So we have Miss T-Barb. It's so good to see you, T-Barb. Can Spirit see the outcome of my 13-year-old German Shepherd surgery? Her name is Shiloh.
Okay. Go ahead if you want.
Okay. Well, the guides were not as gentle as I thought they would be, actually. So T-Barb, take this with love anyway. They're saying, it's a miracle she's still the German Shepherd. That's a very big dog. It's a miracle. She's alive at age 13 still even.
Mhm.
And they're saying she will go through her surgery, but, you know, her life path is not super long at this point. And they're encouraging you, and I don't know how to do this. This is what they're saying is they're encouraging you to bind her spirit to your spirit. I don't know how that exactly happens, but basically, um, I don't know if that's prayer to keep your spirit very close to hers so that you're really supporting her for the rest of her life, but that's what they said.
Get up and get close. Look at that.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Yeah.
Are you guys done?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm done.
When I
Yeah, I am for now. Go ahead, Joan. Yeah.
Okay, when I tuned in, I saw a German Shepherd on its back with that big mouth with those big sharp teeth, like Little Red Riding Hood and the Wolf, yawning and yawning. So I get the idea that she's going to be really tired. And I kept watching and was turning over, the big paws up, but yawning. Didn't look like I didn't get any indication of
Mhm.
pain, but just really tired.
Mm.
So that's what I'm seeing for like the immediate energy.
Yeah.
No pain though. And then I pulled a card, and I thought it was for the car for the dog, but I think it might be more for you. And I got the Archangel Sandalphon, who says center and ground. So
Mm.
kind of be prepared.
Yeah.
And as you probably already have, you might want to take a listen to Cash Peters' video about losing his sweet, sweet
Oh,
Yeah. A lot of people are very
Olive, his
upset by
cat.
that. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I thought that was, that as Terry was saying,
Mm.
as you were saying, Allie, to get really close and
Yeah.
have heart-to-heart conversations.
Yeah. I mean, as Terry was saying that, I'm looking at this and it says open up and get close, and you already are. So that's not a problem. They recognize that. I love these cards. They're the dog cards Mark uses a lot, and I love them too. The second one is it looks like your dog has to have this operation in order to be okay. So I agree with Terry. It's a long shot for a dog that's that old, but it looks like it's important that this is done. And then finally, I get harmony, get on key. So hopefully, it will take care of the issue for beautiful Shiloh until such a time when they have to be on the Rainbow Bridge. But I can tell that this is very close. All these dogs are coming through to tell you, you know, just how close. And she seems to understand. Shiloh seems to understand your concern, because they know how we feel all the time. So
yeah.
Yeah.
much love, and I hope everything goes perfectly fine, T Barb. Thank you, honey.
The vet said he'd stop if it can't help. That's good. Oh, I'm really
Okay.
sorry that you're going through that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. That's difficult. We'll send you lots of love and light, and also love to Shiloh for going through it. Yeah. All right. So Annie Hamlet, message from our guides, please.
Okay.
Well, thank you, Annie. Just so everybody knows who's next, I have Craig, Sharon O'Brien, Sue Toffee, Lena, BMIDP, CS, Tiffany. Okay, thank you. Oh, hi, Jean.
Well, I was, you know, talking to your guides, getting on the stage, seeing them get on the stage, and I feel this elevation. I feel like I've just been lifted up somehow. Like I'm just elevated somehow. And the stage is full of this really soft blue light. And the only message I'm getting is that you should take care of yourself in, the next few weeks, take care of yourself. And they're really just kind of doubling down on the send that light and love out. And so I'm going to actually, they reminded me that I have a tool that I'm supposed to be giving away. And so everybody in the chat, anyone can claim this. You don't have to be the one asking the question, but they gave me this little ball of light, just a little, like it would fit in my hand. It looks like a firework mid-explosion, and it's got all these different lights. And if you accept this gift, they will, it will kind of go into your heart, and it will start broadcasting the love and light and light codes.
Wow.
They have told me that it's broadcasting light codes. So if you would like this, I give it to you freely, and Annie, you can claim it. Anyone can claim it if they want to have that. It's kind of an automatic thing. It just works. So there you go.
Wow. How wonderful.
Lovely. That's great.
Oh.
Did you go, Joan?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I didn't want to interrupt. When I tuned in, I saw two streams of energy, sort of like white smoke or whatever, energy streams, wrapping around each other and going vroom, way up high in the air. And then it was just, really, really tightly intertwined, braided together. And then it turned out it was you and another person. And so it was like, and then there was you, and then the other person was male. And I saw that he kind of stepped away after this whoo, shooting up into the stars. And so I don't know if there is a relationship involved that's either coming or an existing one, but it seems like there might be a period of intensity. Who knows? And then he just kind of steps away and is like, oh, I gotta go, do whatever. So I'm not quite sure what that all means, but I pulled some cards for you and got the ascension symbol, because all of us, or both Terry and I, saw things moving up. Awaken your inner angel. And then I got from the Feathers deck the ostrich that said, the choice is clear for you now. Follow the wisdom and truth you feel in your heart. So, if there's something on the romantic or otherwise stage, go for it if you feel it in your heart.
Wow. So I pulled out my autumn deck because I just love having some decks that are for different times of the year. And this one first says apples, which represent prosperity and abundance. All I can think of is apple crisp. Oh my God, I love apple crisp. All right. It says you're going to be moving forward. The wheel is moving you forward. And are you going somewhere? Because it may not be that you want to go camping. A lot of people don't like camping, but it does say you need an escape, Annie. So even if you go by yourself somewhere for the weekend or for the night, whatever, take a break and treat yourself because you deserve it. Thank you so much. Hi, Hilda Flores. Nice to see you. All right. So we have Craig. Can you let Clara know I'm taking care of my legs and feet? Circulation is better. I will try to do better with my health. I think she's helping you. Don't you, ladies?
Yeah, but I think he just needs to let her know that he knows just by talking. But I'll still tap in. We'll still find out what.
Let's see what I got for you, Craig. Ooh, I pulled a card, Craig. Connect with water. Ocean, water spirits, hydrate. So I'm going to assume, I know you live in the sort of semi-desert, the desert area. Make sure you're drinking more water. Make sure maybe do some hydrotherapy. Put your feet in a Epsom salt bath, something like that. Just a suggestion. Water is very very effective in that way for us when we need that relief.
Well,
Go right ahead.
she came right away,
Mm-hmm.
and she's showing me you kind of laying on the couch, keeping your feet elevated, like on the edge of the arm, keeping the feet elevated a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just sending you love. She's just, it looks like she is inviting you to do a little more walking out in the area around you. Just do a little bit more walking, a little bit more grounding as you as you have time, as your ability allows you to. But she's there, she's caring for you. And she reminds me to tell you that she can hear you. So go ahead and talk to her. She's okay with that. And she's reminding, I read you once, and she's reminding me of something you said about a couch in a house, and she's kind of there again. So, okay.
Okay. Anything from you, Joan?
Yes, I tuned in and I saw her kind of dressed up like the Hollywood star she is in this silk kimono, and her hair is kind of all uh, in a turban type of thing. And I don't know if she did it in real life, but I saw her with like a cigarette holder, like they had back in the days, along, very much the drama queen. And she said, "Well, of course, my darling, I'm helping." But she was sitting on a couch with her feet up too. So maybe uh, that's indicative of what she's recommending for you. But I did pull a card for you and got the Archangel Barakiel, who said, "Live outside the lines, my dear." And
Oh
I think
boy.
that sounds like Clara to me. I hope it
It
does to you.
does. And they're going on a trip real soon to, up to Bryce Canyon. So yeah,
Oh,
he's
that's
he's
so
he's trying to
cool.
live outside the lines. Yeah,
Good for
absolutely.
you.
Yeah. Hi,
She's
Barbara Nesper.
she's charming, charming.
Yeah. Thanks, Craig. And thank you to T Barb and to Annie for your donations. That's very kind of you. Thank you very much, dears. All right. So, Sharon O'Brien, after a rough week health wise, I now have some answers. Well, I'm happy to hear that, Sharon. Do my guides have a message for you? Okay. Well, you've been waiting for those answers, and I'm glad you have some.
Um, what I'm getting is just real brief. I saw clapping hands, yay, 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 that you're getting the answers, uh, and it's answers for two things. They're going to take you on the next step of your healing journey, but you might, if you're questioning like, why am I going through this? And I don't know what your health problems are, but some of this next step is the next step for your health. But this whole thing of why you're going through it is that whole thing of sort of each one teach one, so that you can be helpful to other people at some point who are
Mm.
going through something similar, and you can say, well, what worked for me when they finally got some answers, I had to take this test or whatever. So the first point of business is to get you better and to get you through this journey. But that's some of the reason of why you're going through this. And let me see. I got the Archangel Chamuel. Be what you want to attract. So see yourself healthy
There you
and
go.
helping others.
Wow, that's fabulous. Well, they put you on my stage, and they put themselves on the stage, and what they showed me is you still have quite a long journey to go. Meaning, you there's still a bit to go on this, but they're with you, and they're kind of showing me shoes with deep tread in them, like you're really moving ahead, and have a good grasp of the ground. It's not like you're slipping and sliding and don't know where to go. And they just want you to know we're going to be with you always. We're going to take you on this journey. And I really, really, my heart really just clicked when I heard Joan say, see one, do one. It's kind of like that. You're going on this journey because you're helping others on this journey. So they're with you. They're in your heart.
I sort of get the same thing, but it's interesting because remember, we have the eclipse coming. We have actually 2 eclipses coming. And so that energy is just really, really kind of crazy right now. But it says the moon is bright when it doesn't avoid the night. Hang in there and be patient because you are now on the right track. So apparently the answers that you were seeking finally met up with the teacher or the doctor or whoever it was that can help you. And now you're on this path. And then I agree with the ladies, you're going to be able to help other people that probably have been through the same thing. We all need that. So thank you, Sharon. I send you lots of love and healing. Absolutely. Thank you. Hello, Pisces greeter. Nice to see you, dear. All right. So, Sue Toffee, we have star seeds, our collective mediums readers family in Illinois and Pennsylvania, who chose to incarnate in such a dangerous region. Do they feel our love, light, and prayers for peace and protection? Okay.
So is she saying in her family she has star seed? Maybe she's talking about her soul family as well.
Her soul family, right?
Star seeds, collective medium readers in the family who've chosen.
Are you saying not Illinois, but you're saying Israel? Is it Israel and Palestine? That's Israel and Palestine. Okay. Sorry. I'm glad
Okay. Got it. Okay.
Thank you, dear. Thank you, Sue. I'm sorry that
I get their souls feel it, whether they as the human incarnation at this point, especially when, with everything going on, they may not be that in touch, but their souls definitely feel it and are grateful for it. It's making a difference whether they and say, yeah, thanks, I felt that at 12 o'clock at my time or whatever. They're feeling it.
Yeah, I'm getting that they are brave souls that knew they were going into that chose that before they ever incarnated here. They chose this situation. They're very, very brave. It doesn't mean that their body isn't scared once in a while, but they're brave people. They know why they're there, and they're sending out the light from their soul, that love and light we've been talking about. They're sending it out all the time. And, it wouldn't hurt if we all said a little prayer for them, sending them a little extra love and light to send out, because they're really holding up that region a lot. Yeah.
The card I got was look for the answer in your question. You know the truth. And so the beauty, the whole world has surrounded Israel and Palestine. And I will tell you, there's they have a big sign, a billboard sign up thanking President Biden and this lady was hugging Anthony Blinken. I think they all just feel like they are not alone, even though, of course, it has been difficult for them. But it's the Jewish community all over the world, of course, and then the bigger part of that, all over all of the points of light that are sending them strength and healing. So thank you for the question. We do need to do that. Yeah.
I was feeling too, after I spoke before, that I have been getting the feeling that some of these souls are souls that were lost, their human lives were lost during the Holocaust. And
Oh,
they've come back to do it again because that made a difference back then. It helped change the world back then. And it's like, we have to learn it all over again. It hasn't changed it quite enough. And so, as horrible as that sounds, they're doing it again to help wake up the world again.
and this is what I mean by the timelines. It's just
Yeah.
like there's no way to know what's going to happen this way, that way, or the other way. I wish that our government would unite like Israel's government. They just pulled in the opposition leader, and he's part of the team now, and they're uniting under this cause. But why does it always take something like this to do that? Because they've been protesting over there because Netanyahu wanted to get rid of like their Supreme Court or other things like that. So this should be a message to everybody here as well. But so also send it to Washington. If you're going to send it to them, send it to our Washington. We need to be able to help. We need to be able to, boots on the, not necessarily boots on the ground, but money for them or assistance for them, which we've already sent, but we're not getting the consensus. They keep talking about this money into Iran, and none of that has been touched. And that was only for humanitarian, but it's all these false narratives and they're worried now that we're going to have some kind of problem here in the United States and all around the world. So they've called up every police officer that they can for this weekend. So, because it's the ripple effect. It's a shame. It's sad and it's shameful. Let's just be positive points of light for all of these lovely people, all their souls and the souls that have gone beyond. Thank you very much. All right. So Lena, as I said, we can read for today. That would be fine. So that's what we'll be doing. Yeah. Yes, Wiki, it would be. Yeah. Lena, I pulled one card for you, and I pulled the beetle, not the Beatles, but a beetle that says something is ending now to make way for something new. So something new is coming in for you. Be on the lookout. I think that's a really good card for you.
I'm just getting something very, very simple. And they just say, "Oh, my dear." And it's like they just reached out and gave you a hug. And I'm kind of feeling the hug, and they're like, just go on the journey. Just live and go on your journey. It's exciting to watch you as you're learning and growing. Mm-hmm. And we don't want you to be worried about what comes in the future, because all good things are coming. Mm-hmm. And they're just saying, they're reminding me of an old thing that they tell me all the time, which is you wouldn't buy a ticket to a ride that just always stays the same.
You have to have a little bit of bump.
Because the ride goes like this and surprises us. We bought the tickets to this ride. Ride the ride.
That's right.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
When I tuned in, I saw you as a woman. You were just out in this kind of arid landscape, and makes me wonder if you were a native person or something, just wearing a simple long dress with a nice, belt at the waist, and you were doing these very beautiful, slow arm motions, almost like a ballerina or some sort of dancer. And it reminded me of back when I was young. I knew this woman who was a contemporary dancer, and she was laughing once because somebody had reviewed her and said, because her arms were they were just great. And the reviewer said, your arms are never going to be like your legs. And or your legs are never going to be like your arms, because her arm work was just so gorgeous. And it's like, no, they're two different things. So
right.
The fact that came to me means go with your strengths, focus on your strengths, and they'll take you somewhere. And then after that, I thought, well, I need more than just you've got good arm work. So I pulled a feather card for you and got the white swan. The power of divine grace is within you. And that's kind of what I was seeing, these graceful movements. So you have that power, that gracefulness. And I also got the source return to oneness. So I hope those are meaningful to you. But I especially thought that the swan and the gracefulness of how you move in the world was important. And that's what you're projecting.
Yeah. I remember going to therapy, and my therapist had said to me, I want you to be riding down a road, and I want you to come up over the crest of the highway, and you'll be able to see the road ahead. And what do you see? And I said, oh, I see this. She said, you're fine. Because if you think that it's just this way, like Terry said, that's what made me think of it. Terry said the ride, and, it isn't all uphill. Sometimes we get to go the circuitous path, and sometimes it's straight. But, I love that metaphor. I just really do. So
great.
Thanks. Thank you. BMIDP, can my guides tell me the cause of pain in the ankles and red marks and ankle burn? Oh, honey. Well, we're not doctors, so we will be able to only look at maybe the metaphysical reason for it, just as long as you know that this is for entertainment purposes only. Okay, here we go. This is Louise Hayes. You Can Heal Your Life. And she has every single conceivable thing with the body in here that she talks about. And ankles are inflexibility and guilt. They represent the ability to receive pleasure. So your affirmation is, I deserve to rejoice in life and accept all the pleasure that life has to offer. So I don't know if that answers your question, but try to be more flexible and let go of any guilt that you might have about anything. Might help you.
Yeah, I'm getting a very short message here too. For some reason, they're showing me a very short, dry stacked stone wall. Little stone wall, and so that might be some of the inflexibility that Allie just read about. But I also heard that they want you to go to the doctor and do what the doctor says. They want you to listen to them. That's the first step. And then if you still are not satisfied what they're saying, then you have to go to another doctor. But they do want you to be actually bringing this to somebody's attention. So it may be more important than you think.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I tuned in, I wasn't getting a lot very specific. My heart and throat chakra lit up. And the heart especially made me think, well, maybe it has something to do with circulation. But again, go see a doctor. But then I pulled a card and got the Archangel Gabriel, speak your truth. So some of it might be, it's time to speak up, because this was kind of lighting up too. So go to the doctor and be very honest and forthright, and see what they can do for you. That's the first step.
There you go.
Yeah.
We hope you're feeling better, dear. Thank you. CS, I've been looking for a job for a while. Do you see anything unlocking soon? Ooh, I love that. Don't think about it being locked, though. Try to open up your own door, window, padlock.
That's interesting.
Hmm. So I got movement in the direction of finding a job, CS, that will fulfill what your destiny is. I think that's what the holdup is. You're not finding your passionate destiny job, but you're going to be getting, the bell's going to ring, in other words. You're going to get news of something, at least to apply for, that will maybe be a possible interview for you.
So I used my pendulum and I asked if the CS is going to get a job offer before the end of December. So basically, kind of like the next quarter. And it was kind of traveling oddly, like we were going to say no to this, and then when I said by the end of the quarter, it just started going yes, right, a hard yes. So I think you're going to get a job offer at least by the end of the quarter. And then when I asked, "Are you going to get the job?" it said yes as well. So that's good. I think an offer's coming.
Yeah, I saw something, and according to what came through my pendulum in November. But before I did the pendulum, I just kind of tuned in to see what I got. And I think it's sort of related to what Allie was saying. I couldn't really make sense of it until you said this. I saw this big horizon, and you were kind of like, oh, look at all the opportunities out here. And then there was a pipe right here in very specific area that had water flowing through it. So it might be that you need to narrow your focus, like when you're doing a job hunt and it's like, oh, there's so many different things. But maybe narrow the focus to, or maybe those are the passion projects that you really want, but there's all these other opportunities. I'm not really sure, but something's going to be coming through. And I think by the end of November.
Well, good luck to you, CS. I hope everything works out okay for you, my dear. All right, so Tiffany, does my guide have a message? This is the last one, and then I just have something to talk about at the end. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, Tiffany, I get the lighthouse card, and I love it because it is a way shower. And it says, it is your light that lights the world. Brilliant ideas, and it's time to shine. So look for the beacon. You are the beacon, and it's seeking. You are the seeker. So that which you are seeking is also seeking you.
Wow.
That's beautiful.
My message a lot like that. I suddenly saw a blue jay, which in our area there's Steller's jays, so they don't look quite as fancy as the other jays, but a blue jay just showed up. And blue jays here, they squawk and scold and make a lot of noise. And I'm like, what is this? I mean, do you want her to speak up? Do you want her to be quiet? Do you want, what's the deal? And I got the strong feeling that they want you to speak up, that they want you to not be afraid to say your truth. If that, I can tell you have a lot of spiritual abilities. You're in touch with your guides. I feel like that in some ways soon you're probably going to have to say something that you probably didn't really want to. You probably don't want to say, by the way, I don't believe that. My guides have told me something different. I mean, I think they're really just saying is speak your truth and be confident in what you have to give, what you have to say. Because I have a feeling this is a multi-layered, like not just your opinion, but maybe your job that you're supposed to be speaking up a little bit right now.
Okay.
That's so interesting. Okay. When I tuned in, the first thing I saw was a beach ball, the colorful blow up beach ball. And it was bouncing around. And then pulled back, and here was a trained seal with like the ruffle around its neck at the zoo, and it was, doing the thing with the beach ball. And it was doing it perfectly and having a good time, but it's like, it's really stressful to be a trained seal at the zoo. And then I saw the same seal. It's like, off in the wild, just swimming in the wild. And no matter how fancy he looked with the little hat and the ruffle and the beach ball, there's just nothing like doing what you're supposed to be doing, what you were put on earth to do. And for the seal that was swimming in the ocean and catching fish and being with the other seals. So I feel like maybe that has something to do with your job. Like, yeah, you're really good at doing what they want you to do, but maybe it's time to take a break. And then I pulled a card for you. And of course, I got the Archangel of Clarity saying, rest, reflect, recharge. So, jump in the ocean and go eat some fish and just be yourself. And whether you want to go back to the beach ball environment, that's up to you. But it's time to just kind of rest and reflect and recharge.
Wonderful. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you. So in closing today, first of all, thank you to all the people that have donated and to all the people who've given us such beautiful messages in the chat, and to all the moderators, subscribers, members, everybody. Thank you so much. It's always a blessing. Make sure that in the chat, you will see both Terry and Joan's channels. And if you would, go over there and sign up to subscribe to their channels. That helps them up a great deal. And Sue says, I was listening to 144,000 Rising transmission and light language activation. Must be on YouTube. I've not listened to this since 45 in Ukraine. Together we can unite in love and light to engulf the world. Thank you, Sue. Thank you. Anything that we can do to help elevate the vibration of the planet and mankind is always, it's easy. It's easy to say either one of two things. Oh my God, the sky is falling. That's easy to say. But the other thing that's easy to say is, I just can't look at it. I can't know about it. And that's not, it can't be that way. There has to be a middle in there. We have to recognize the humanity. My mother told me that during the Holocaust, I said, why didn't they go in and do something? She said, because we didn't believe it. We didn't think that anybody would do that to anybody. And and that's what I'm hearing in Israel. We didn't think this would happen. We didn't think people would be, slaughtered or whatever. We have to always be ever vigilant and ever loving and kind to other people. So God bless you all. Thank you for being here with us. We really enjoy our Thursdays with you. Thank you very much, Joan, always. And Terry Suzuki, thank you. Terry's going to be taking a little hiatus. She is going to be working in another country for a while. So we're going to miss her terribly, but we love her dearly and we send her on her way and wish her well. So she's coming back though.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. And thanks,